It's one thing to tell someone that you have diabetes or cancer. I think that they would have a much easier time accepting that diagnosis. Mental health, perhaps because it's not as perceived like a broken arm would be, is just not perceived the same. I probably first started getting symptoms of mental health issues when I was in Year 12 in high school. At that stage it was unrecognised, so I would have had various symptoms like feeling really elevated, was talking really quickly, had sort of super levels of confidence, but it was all quite subtle. So people knew something was wrong, but no one really knew exactly what it was. I had enough sort of self-awareness and insight to know that there was a problem, and that's when I sort of engaged with my first psychiatrist who diagnosed me with depression at that stage. It wasn't till a year or so later where I actually became friends with someone who also had mental health issues, and in the process of trying to help him, he unfortunately committed suicide. And the stress of that episode induced similar symptoms to what I experienced in Year 12. And it was at that stage that myself and my new doctor kind of realised that I actually had bipolar disorder. I actually remember feeling relief that what I had been going through finally had a name. I think that there's a lot of power to naming the unexplained, and when you finally give something a title, it kind of validates what you've been through and gives meaning to, or it makes sense of something that really was quite uncharted previously. After having practiced for about 6 years doing the specialty of my choice, I experienced another manic episode, and my life was significantly derailed at that stage. I lost a significant amount of money, nearly lost my relationship of 5 years. It fragmented a lot of my friendships, and it created a lot of hardship within my family. Fortunately, through my own self-determination and also strong support systems, I was able to climb out of that. And I guess this sort of demonstrates that it's possible to still have a successful and meaningful life despite going through intense difficulties associated with mental health. When people don't know what to do, they tend to stay away. We see this sort of behaviour when people are grieving. Someone dies and then suddenly family and friends don't really know what to do. So rather than say or do the wrong thing, they stay away altogether. So the one piece of advice I would have for family and friends surrounding loved ones who may be going through mental health issues is not to stay away. The best thing to do is carry on doing normal things. Be there for the person. Support them in whatever way that you know how. If, on the other hand, you try and be there for the person and then they suggest that they'd like to be alone, that's another matter entirely. You're respecting their wishes. I think that as a whole, the Jewish community that I'm a part of is generally quite open-minded and for the most part tries its best to be progressive. But unfortunately, there's still quite a large number of people that struggle with the concept of same-sex relationships. One of the major motivations for me to speak publicly about these issues is that I think vulnerability allows for human connection. The more that we're able to be vulnerable about perceived shameful issues such as LGBTI and being in the closet, mental health issues, etc., only then does it allow other people to take their armour off and speak about the issues they may be going through as well. We've got a duty of care as human beings to look out for one another. This is an illness just like any other organic health illness. There are solutions, and it is possible to live a complete and meaningful life.
Mental health matters. As a community, we need to reach out, speak out, and connect. Talk to your family, friends, colleagues, or a professional. For further information or support, call Jewish Care on 8517 5999, or in a crisis, call Lifeline on 13 11 14.